Hey guys, welcome to another game review. Today we're going to be talking about Ubisoft's free-to-play FPS game called XDefiant. Just out, and yes, I said free. Let's go down to the Ubisoft site and download the Ubisoft Connect, and then you can just download the game and play it. It's free. You definitely have to give it a shot. But is it? Is it good enough to dethrone the king of FPS at this point, Counter-Strike 2? Well, I did play a couple of hours, and here's what my early thoughts are. Let's start off with gunplay. Not gameplay, but gunplay. Especially when you're doing an FPS or a shooter game, how the gun reacts based on your mouse or joystick is the most important thing, right? It's what separates you from being absolutely calm or absolutely frustrated, like so many games out there. But XDefiant delivers. At least that's what I felt while playing on a keyboard and a mouse. It does a fantastic job. It's absolutely tight. Shooting feels responsive and satisfying. Now, if you played Apex Legends, I would say it's on par, if not slightly better as a reference point. Not as satisfying as a one-shot headshot when playing Counter-Strike 2. I feel that that's the benchmark of getting that one shot and then poof, in the head, which most people sometimes just get by fluke. But having said that, XDefiant has delivered a fantastic all-round experience while doing gunplay. So that is great. You're not going to be frustrated. You're just going to be a little calm, unlike some of the gameplay you're seeing below. And you'll be absolutely satisfied and king of that map, which is also another thing I'll talk about as we go down. Now, let's talk about choosing a player. Unlike Counter-Strike, where you have the terrorist and counter-terrorist, in this, you can choose a multiple set of players. You can load any set of guns that you want to go with. But the cool part is you get something called factions. So each of these players are part of different factions. Some of the names are Cleaners, Eklon, Libertad, Phantoms, and DeadSec. And each of them have a visual reference to games that you may have played before. So that's a pretty cool thing. But each of them brings a different skill. So that's like a fresh thing, right? You might have a bomb that has a shield. And I think that's a cool little edge to add, especially in an FPS game and a fast-playing FPS game. There's a lot of coordination to be done. So I think that's good. Mothers and parents, if you're watching it, FPS game is known to help with reaction time, of course, but you can limit it down to as much as time as you want to do. I don't know why I'm helping parents out here. Maps. Let's talk about maps. Okay, so maps I think are pretty cool. There's some great graphics that are out there and they've designed it quite well. What I like about the maps is, unlike certain games where you have 10 steps to survive and 10 steps to get in or get out, this kind of keeps it open to changing your gameplay every time, so you can approach trying to capture zones differently. You got to be careful of people just hiding in different corners. It keeps it intuitive, keeps it a little fresh, and I think that's a well thought through process by Ubisoft. So maps, definitely you'll have a blast, super fire on that one. But here's what I think could improve. And again, these are early days of the game, so this is just my thoughts. Please don't DM me saying, "Arey tuko kya pata hai, tu to headshot nahi milte hai." I know who you are. Mom, stop it. But anyway, let's talk about the modes right now. So at least the version that I'm playing as of today had a few modes, and I feel like that kind of becomes a little repetitive, and maybe adding more modes down the line will work. Rumor is that Ubisoft is working on bringing in different modes, so that seems exciting. And I guess we can comment more about that a little later. But right now, you might not feel too much there. But if you're playing, let's talk about, say, multiplayer, right? Multiplayer is that's fun, right? And I think that's what's important. They did a double XP event, which means the community is growing, which means there are more players, and that's fun. The only thing about multiplayer right now is the fact that there's no ranking system, so you don't know who you're getting put up against. So you might feel like you're the king of FPS at one game and then get, what's the diplomatic word for being destroyed? Plundered. I think that's the word. Or plowed. I like plowed. I'm going to go with plowed. I got plowed. I should stop saying that out. But anyway, so that's what I think for matchmaking multiplayer. I felt like the modes needs to work a little bit out there. Another thought is the progression. So now if you're looking to unlock things, I feel like it could go a little faster than maybe certain other games out there in the market. So if you're patient like me, you probably could keep on playing till you unlock things. But if you're not, then you're probably going to end with spending a little bit to fast track that journey. So that's not a good thing and a bad thing. It depends on how deep your pockets are or if you're willing to wait. I mean, we just heard that someone sold a skin on a certain FPS game for $1 million. So clearly it's just me who has this problem. So is XDefiant really worth your time? Well, it depends on what you're craving for at this moment, right? If you want something that's a fast-paced, FPS shooter with distinct characters, then XDefiant fully delivers. But if you want deeper modes, more progression, you want, tons of modes out there, then maybe you could wait. But again, like I said, it is a free-to-shoot game, a free-to-play shooter game by Ubisoft, so you got nothing to lose. I think you should just definitely give it a shot. What is my final verdict at this point? Now, the game is still under development. There are a lot of, like I said, Ubisoft is working, from what I hear, pretty aggressively to building this game. So that's going to be amazing, whatever comes out of it. But my final verdict is it's definitely a promising free-to-play game. Okay, it's a definitely promising FPS game. I love the gunplay. It's satisfying, it's responsive, so that kind of keeps you wanting to play more than rather get frustrated and blame everything from LAN to lag to I'm on the phone to my mouse is not good enough to I'm just old. But no, anyway, coming back to that, I feel like more modes, and again, these are all development conversations, so if they add more modes, the multiplayer gets a little more smoother with the ranking system kicking in. I think Ubisoft has definitely got a great game on its hands. Now, I am intrinsically, what I was trying to say is I play Counter-Strike a lot, yeah, and to move away from that, because you have your community, you have your people, it takes a lot. But I feel like XDefiant has a lot of potential in this space, in the FPS space. It has a lot of potential, and I think it's definitely going to eat up a lot of other games. But again, let's see, depending on what Ubisoft brings to the table as we go by. But definitely give it a shot. I think you can just pull out your CSGO fans and their friends. And with the community growing larger and larger, you can also play this on console, on the PS5, which I've got it, and I'm playing it on the PC. So definitely give it a shot. Let me know what you think. This is my comparison on a game that I play a lot to versus a game I'm playing right now, and I was kind of impressed. So that's my thoughts on XDefiant. Let me know what yours are. Over and out. I need to work on a better exit.